Hi everyone, today we are starting a new series of chapter-wise MCQs. We will cover all the important multiple choice questions from each chapter of each subjects. This will be very helpful for all the pharmacy students and those who is preparing for the competitive exams like GPAT, NIPER, government pharmacist exams, DI exam, Prometrics, etc. Today we will start with the human anatomy and physiology chapter 1, that is introduction to human body. We will cover 120 multiple choice questions from this chapter in 4 videos, that is part 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let's start the part 1. All are welcome to my YouTube channel NS Pharma. The first question of this video is: the branch of physiology which deals with the study of functioning of cardiovascular system is called. It says about functioning of cardiovascular system. Okay. Options are endocrinology, option B cardiology, option C nephrology, option D neurology. The study of functioning of cardiovascular system. The correct answer is option B, that is cardiology. The second question: blood pressure is regulated in the body by which feedback system? Blood pressure is regulated in the body by which feedback system? Option A negative feedback system, option B positive feedback system. The correct answer for this question, that is blood pressure is regulated in the body, is option A, that is negative feedback system. Okay, option A negative feedback system. Okay, blood pressure is regulated by negative feedback system. Examples for other negative feedback system which is occurring in the body is: one is blood sugar regulation. Here in this question it is saying about blood pressure regulation. The second example for negative feedback system is blood sugar regulation. Okay, blood sugar also coming under regulation is also coming under negative feedback system. Another one is temperature, body temperature regulation. Okay, body temperature regulation, that is also coming under negative feedback system. Now we will see what are the examples for positive feedback system. The classical example for positive feedback system is contraction in childbirth. During the labor, the contraction is coming under positive feedback system, that is release of oxytocin from the posterior pituitary gland during the labor is a good example for positive feedback system. Another example for positive feedback system is lactation. Child feeding will stimulate the milk production which causes further feeding. That is also positive feedback. Lactation, then contraction during the childbirth. Then the third one example is blood clotting process. This is also a positive feedback system. Okay, I hope you know what is negative feedback system and positive feedback system. If you don't know, please comment. I will try to give a best answer in the comment section. Okay, now we are moving to the third question. Before that, in this chapter, what are the important points to study? The important points include definition and scope of anatomy and physiology. What are the different branches of physiology and anatomy? And then levels of structural organization, then basic life process, homeostasis, and some anatomical terminologies. These are the important points to cover in this chapter. Okay. The urinary bladder, portion of large intestine, and internal organ of reproduction are situated in option A thoracic cavity, option B abdominal cavity, option C cranial cavity, option D pelvic cavity. Okay, the urinary bladder, portion of large intestine, and internal organ of reproduction are situated in which region, which cavity? Correct answer is option D, that is pelvic cavity. Okay, pelvic cavity is the correct answer here. Okay, we are moving to the next question, question number 4. Before that, we can study some concepts regarding the body cavities. Mainly in the body, human body, there are two body cavities. Okay, body cavities are classified into two types. One is dorsal body cavity and another one is ventral body cavity. Ventral means anterior side and dorsal means posterior side. Okay, ventral cavity and dorsal cavity. There are two main types of body cavity in the body, that is dorsal cavity and ventral cavity. Dorsal cavity is cavity in the back of the body or back side, okay, that is posterior side. The ventral cavity is the cavity in the front of the body, that is front side, that is anterior side of the human body. Next one is dorsal cavity is again classified into two types, that is cranial cavity and spinal cavity. Cranial cavity and spinal cavity. Cranial cavity is seen in brain and spinal cavity is there in the spinal cord. Okay, hope you know by this term itself, cranial cavity, it is situated in the brain and spinal cavity is there in the spinal cord. Next one is ventral cavity, again classified into two types, that is thoracic cavity and abdominopelvic cavity. Okay, thoracic cavity and abdominopelvic cavity. We will see abdominopelvic cavity first. Abdominopelvic cavity is again classified into two types, that is abdominal cavity and pelvic cavity. Okay, abdominal cavity, what are the organs present in the abdominal cavity? Liver, stomach, pancreas, intestine, etc. Okay, in the pelvic cavity, this is bladder. Bladder is there, urinary bladder is there, reproductive organs are there. That was the question. Okay, bladder, reproductive organs and some part of large intestines are present in which part, in which cavity of the body? That is was the correct answer is pelvic cavity. Okay, now we will see the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity is again classified into two types, that is pleural cavity. Pleural means lungs. Okay, pleural cavity, that is pleural cavities, lungs are present inside the pleural cavity. There are two types of pleural cavity, that is right pleural cavity and left pleural cavity. That is inside the right pleural cavity, right lung is there. Inside the left pleural cavity, left lung is there. Okay, the next classification of thoracic cavity is mediastinum. Okay, so thoracic cavity is classified into two types. One is pleural cavity, another is mediastinum. In the mediastinum, trachea and esophagus is there. Trachea and esophagus. Okay, and also heart is also there present in the mediastinum. But in the mediastinum, there is a special cavity that is called pericardial cavity. It's very important. Heart and some great vessels are present in the pericardial cavity. Okay, if you see this picture, you can understand easily. This is the dorsal body cavity. Here it is ventral body cavity. First of all, we studied dorsal body cavity is classified into two types. So one is cranial and another one is spinal. Okay, here it is mentioned. The next one is ventral body cavity. Ventral body cavity is again classified into two types. Thoracic, here it is the thoracic, this region. Okay, this is the thoracic. Okay, thoracic body cavity and abdominopelvic. This is all the region is called abdominopelvic cavity. Okay, this one abdominopelvic is abdominal and pelvic. Okay, two types. Okay, next one is thoracic. Thoracic I told you. One is pleural cavity. Pleural again classified in right pleural and left pleural, and another one is mediastinum. Mediastinum is present like this. Okay, you can see here. Okay, this is the mediastinum total region, and this is pericardial cavity. Okay, this is pericardial. In this region heart is present, pericardial cavity. Here this is the mediastinum. Okay, understood? Now we are moving to the next question. Question number 4. Ability of the body to maintain a condition of equilibrium is called. Ability of a body to maintain a condition of equilibrium. Option A, digestion. Option B, differentiation. Option C, respiration. And option D, homeostasis. The correct answer is simple. Option D is the correct answer. Homeostasis is the correct answer. There are two kinds of homeostatic mechanism. That is, one is positive feedback mechanism and another one is negative feedback mechanism for the homeostasis. Now we are moving to the next question. Question number 5. The pericardial cavity is the area that surrounds. Pericardial cavity we already seen. The pericardial cavity is the area that is surround the option A heart, option B lungs, option C brain, option D muscles. That is option A is the correct answer, heart. Okay. Now we are moving to the next question, question number 6. The branch of anatomy which deals with the study of any specific part of the body. Any specific, it says about the specific part of the body. Anatomy, branch of anatomy which deals with the study of specific part of the body. Options are option A regional anatomy, option B macroscopic anatomy, option C gross, option D none of the above. Correct answer is specific part, so it is option A regional anatomy. Regional anatomy. Gross anatomy or macroscopic anatomy, these are the study of anatomical structures that can be seen with the naked eye. Okay, macroscopic anatomy as well as the gross anatomy are the anatomical structural study that can be seen with the naked eye. Okay, now we are moving to the next question, question number 7. The passage of digested substances through the membrane is called. The passage of digested substances through the membranes is called. Option A circulation, option B excretion, option C absorption, option D assimilation. What is this process is called? That's passage of digested substance through the membrane. The correct answer is option C, that is absorption. Absorption. Correct. Okay, in this you know the circulation, you know the excretion, what is, and also absorption. The fourth option, that is assimilation. What is assimilation? Assimilation is the process of forming new compounds from the absorbed molecule. That is from the absorbed molecule new molecules are or new compounds are formed in the liver and other areas. This process is called assimilation. One good example is protein production from the amino acids. Okay, through absorption amino acids are absorbed, then from these amino acids proteins are produced. This is a assimilation process. Okay, but here the question is the passage of digested substances through submembrane is called option C, absorption. Next question, question number 8. Skin or bone is an example for what level of organization? Skin or bone, okay, is an example for what level of organization? Okay, the question is from levels of structural organization. Option A organ, option B macromolecule, option C cells, option D tissue. What is the correct answer? Skin or bone. Okay, the correct answer is option A. Okay, organ is the correct answer. Okay, option A, organ is the correct answer. Now we are moving to the next question, question number 9. Question number 9. Which of the following is a primary source of energy for the body cell? Primary source of energy. Okay, which is the primary source of energy? Protein, carbohydrate, minerals, lipids, vitamins. We know that carbohydrate is the primary source of energy. The next question, question number 10. The subject stand erect, okay, facing the observer with the head level and eyes facing forward. The lower limbs are parallel and the feet are flat on the floor and directed forward, and the upper limbs are at the sides with the palm facing forward. What is this position? Option A prone position, option B anatomical position, option C supine position, option D none of the above. Subject is standing erect facing the observer with the head level and eyes facing forward. The lower limbs are parallel and the feet are flat on the floor and directed forward, and the upper limbs are at the sides with the palm facing forward. What is this position? The position is anatomical position, that is option B is the correct answer. 10 answer is B. Next question, question number 11. So here is the anatomical position. In this picture you can see the anatomical position. Okay, what do you mean by anatomical position? Okay, next question, question number 11. The dismembering of the body of a deceased animal or plant to study its anatomical structure is called? The dismembering of the body of a deceased animal or plant to study its anatomical structure is called. Option A, diversion. Option B, midline. Option C, dissection. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, that is dissection is the correct answer here. Next question, question number 12. The branch which deals with the study of structural changes in the body following a particular disease. Okay, here it is mentioned, you have to note this one. One is structural changes. Okay, structural changes. Another one is following a particular disease. Okay, the branch which deals with the study of structural changes in the body following a particular disease is called. The options: anthropology, option B pathophysiology, option C pathological anatomy, option D geology. The correct answer is option C, that is pathological anatomy. Okay, after a disease, following a disease, the structural changes of the body is called, it is the study of structural changes of the body following a particular disease is called pathological anatomy. Pathophysiology is related to functions. Okay, anthropology, what is anthropology? Anthropology is the study about the human beings. Okay, it is the study of human beings. Geology is the study of earth. Okay, it is the study of earth. Now we are moving to the next question, question number 13. Question number 13, you can see here. When describing relative position, the head is to chest. Okay, it's very confusing sometimes. Question is, what when describing relative position, the head is to the chest. Okay, so we want to know the position of head related to the chest. Okay, head is to chest. Option A proximal, option B anterior, option C superior, option D lateral. Okay, what is the correct answer? The correct answer is option C, that is superior. Superior means above. Okay, above to the chest. Head is above to the chest, or head is superior to the chest. Okay, here you can see in this picture different anatomical positions representation. Here it is the superior, that is the above portion. Here it is inferior, it's opposite of superior, inferior. And here in this here this is cranial area. We studied cranial cavity, and this is caudal area. Here it is anterior or ventral region. This is the posterior or dorsal region. Okay, posterior or dorsal. We studied in this body cavity, dorsal cavity and ventral cavity. There are two types of main cavity, that is ventral cavity and dorsal cavity. And here in case this is an imaginary line, midline, it is called midline. Okay, and near to midline it is called medial, and away from the midline it is called lateral. Okay, towards the midline it is called medial, and away from the midline it is called lateral. And another one is proximal and distal. Proximal means towards the trunk, or towards the, here this is called trunk. Okay, this portion is known as trunk. Okay, main body portion, that is, okay, chest, abdomen and pelvic, all area it is known as trunk. Okay, so towards the trunk, it is near to attachment of trunk, it is called proximal. Away from trunk it is called distal. Okay, and the same way here in case of leg also, this is the proximal area, this is the distal area. Away from the trunk it is called distal. Okay, now next question. Process of blood clotting is regulated in the body by which feedback system? Blood clotting, we studied this one, blood clotting, negative feedback or positive feedback. Do you remember? The correct answer is positive feedback. Okay, blood clotting is positive, regulated through positive feedback mechanism. Okay, blood clotting. Another example for positive feedback mechanism is lactation. Another one is childbirth. Okay, negative feedback we studied blood sugar regulation, then blood pressure regulation, then temperature regulation. Here in this picture it is Here in this picture, how the positive feedback system is working in the blood clotting. Suppose there is a break of blood vessel and blood is coming out. Positive feedback cycle initiated, the platelet will come and it will adhere to the site and it will release the chemical. These chemicals will attract more platelet, and this more platelet will produce more chemicals. Again it will produce more platelet, it will attract more platelet and it will produce more chemicals. This is the positive feedback mechanism. And that means it need more and more. In the case of negative feedback mechanism, it is not like more and more, it is like counteracting. In one side it is increasing, it will oppose in other side. Here it is in both way, it is more and more. Okay, in that negative feedback system, in one side it will increase and another side it will decrease. Okay, and once it is feedback cycle ends when the plug is formed. When the plug is formed, the feedback system will ends, it will stop and blood will stop. Next question, question number 15. The sternum, or it is called breastbone. Okay, sternum, it is also known as breastbone, which is inferior to the umbilicus. Option B, deep to the lungs. Option C, superficial to the heart. Option D, posterior to the heart. Sternum or breastbone. Okay, which is located, correct answer is option C, that is superficial to the heart. Okay, superficial to the heart. Correct answer is superficial to heart. Okay. Next one is next question, question number 16. In which position the body is lying down? In horizontal plane with the face pointing upward. Here you have to note that face pointing upward. Okay, face pointing upward. Okay, in which position body is lying down? In horizontal plane with the face pointing upward. Option A, anatomical position. Option B, prone position. Option C, supine position. Option D, none of the above. Okay, face pointing upward. The correct answer is supine position, that is option C is the correct answer. Question number 16. Question number 16, option C is the correct answer. Here it is represent what is supine and what is prone. The question was supine, so we will see for supine first. In supine, the face will be pointing upward. Okay, in prone, the another opposite position, it is face will be pointing downward. Okay, and in supine the subject will be lying down flat on the back, lying down on the flat on the back. The subject will be lying down on the back, and in case of prone, the subject will be lying down on abdomen. Okay, or stomach. Next question, question number 17. The study of the structures that make up a discrete body system. Study of structures that make up a discrete body system. This you have to note here. One is structures and body system. Okay, what is it is called? Option A, histology. Option B, morphology. Option C, systemic anatomy. Option D, gross anatomy. The correct answer is systemic anatomy. Structure, study of the structures. So it is anatomy and that make up a discrete body system. So it is systemic anatomy. Question number 18. Which of the following regions is included within the RUQ? Which of the following regions is included within the RUQ? What do you mean by RUQ? What is RUQ? RUQ means right upper quadrant. Right upper quadrant. I will tell you what is the right upper quadrant. Before that, we will see the right answer here. After that, we will discuss. Option A, umbilical. Option B, hypogastric. Option C, right iliac. Option D, right hypochondriac. The correct answer for this question is option D, right hypochondriac. That is present, or that is included within the RUQ, right upper quadrant. Now we will see what is right upper quadrant with the picture. Here in this picture you can see here in the right area, right picture, the abdominopelvic region is divided into four areas. That is, one is RUQ, that is right upper quadrant, which is present in the right side of the body in the upper part of the abdominopelvic area. The second one is right left lower quadrant, that is RLQ, right lower quadrant, that is present in the right side of the body and lower part of the abdominopelvic area. The third portion is LUQ, left upper quadrant, that is left side of the body and upper part of the abdominopelvic area. Then left lower quadrant, that is LLQ, left side and lower part of the abdominopelvic area. So abdominopelvic area is classified into four regions. One is RUQ, that is right upper quadrant, then RLQ, right lower quadrant, then left upper quadrant and left lower quadrant. So here in this question, the question was what is included in the right, which region is included in the right upper quadrant. So again this classified into different regions. Okay, this is here in this, here you can see right hypochondriac region. This area is called right hypochondriac region. So this area is coming under RUQ. Am I correct? RUQ, right upper quadrant, right hypochondriac region. That was the question. Then this area is known as epigastric region, and here it is left hypochondriac region. This is right hypochondriac region. This is left hypochondriac region. The middle portion is called epigastric region, and here it is lumbar region, right lumbar region. This is left lumbar region, and the middle part is called umbilical region. Umbilical region, navel is present in the umbilical region. And next one is right iliac region, and here it is left iliac region, and this portion, middle portion, is called hypogastric region. So we studied right hypochondriac region, left hypochondriac region, right lumbar region, left lumbar region, right iliac region and left iliac region, and here it is epigastric region, umbilical region and hypogastric region. Okay, now we are moving to the next question, question number 19. A cut that only goes through a layer of skin would be called. It is saying that a cut that goes only through a layer of skin, okay, would be called lateral, deep, superficial, superior. Correct answer is option C, that is superficial is the correct answer. Okay, next question, question number 20. Which of the following plane divides the body into two equal lateral halves? Plane which divide two equal lateral half. Okay, options are mid-sagittal, option B parasagittal, option C frontal, option D coronal, option E transverse. Which plane divides the body into two equal lateral half? Correct answer is option A, mid-sagittal plane. Okay, mid-sagittal plane will divide the body into two equal lateral half, but parasagittal plane will divide the body into unequal lateral half, unequal right and left half. Okay, parasagittal plane. Mid-sagittal will divide the body into two equal right and left half. Now we are moving to the next question. Before that, we will see what are the different planes which can divide the body. What are the names of planes? Here in this picture you can see the first one is transverse or horizontal. Okay, transverse. Okay, the second one is frontal plane. Frontal plane, it is also called coronal. Okay, the same name is also called, frontal plane is also called coronal. Okay, it is also called coronal plane. Then sagittal. Sagittal with two types is there. One is mid-sagittal, then parasagittal. Mid-sagittal will divide the body into two equal half, that is right and left half. The parasagittal will divide the body into two lateral half, but it is unequal. It is not equal. Okay, so that one You have to keep it in mind. Now we are moving to the next question. Question number 21. Identify the body cavity which is largest in size. Okay, which is largest in size. Largest size body cavity is which one? Option thoracic cavity, option B cranial cavity, option B abdominal cavity, option D pelvic cavity. From the picture itself we know that from the picture itself we know that option C is the correct answer, the abdominal cavity. Okay, abdominal cavity will be the largest body cavity. Question number 22. The part that is located on or near the surface of the body or opposite of deep. Okay, part that is located near to the surface of the body or it is the opposite of deep. Okay, option A proximal, option B superficial, option C deep, and next option D distal. Okay, what is the opposite of deep, or what is the part that is located near the surface of the body? Option B is the correct answer, that is superficial. Okay, superficial. Okay, now we are moving to the next question. Question number 23. In which position the body is lying down on a horizontal plane with the face pointing downward? Note it down, face pointing downward. Body is lying down in horizontal plane with the face pointing downward. We discussed this question before. In that question it was face pointing upward. Option A anatomical position, option B prone position, option C supine position, option D none of the above. Correct answer face pointing downward. Then the correct answer is option B prone position. Next question, question number 24. The branch of science that deals with the study of cells is called option A anatomy, option B physiology, option C cytology, option D histology. Correct answer is cytology. Histology is related to study of tissue. Okay, next question. Question number 25. Branch of science that describe how the body functions. Option A physiology, option B homeostasis, option C pathophysiology, option D anatomy. The correct answer is physiology. Not pathophysiology. Pathophysiology is related to the physiology of a disease. Here there is no disease. The question it is not saying about a disease. So the branch of science which deals with the study of how the body functions are called physiology. Question number 26. The space that enclosed internal organs, bones, muscles and ligaments is called. What is the name of the space that encloses internal organ, bones, muscles and ligaments? Option A body position, option B plane, option C body cavity, option D none. Okay, the correct answer is option C, that is body cavity is the correct answer. Question number 27. Toward the back surface, or another word is dorsal. Okay, dorsal or towards the back surface. Option A posterior, option B proximal, option C peripheral, option D anterior. Towards the back surface, that is posterior. Anterior means towards the front, posterior means towards the back, or it is called dorsal. Anterior is also called ventral in case of human body. Next one is the heart and blood vessels work together to pump blood throughout the body. What is the word? The heart and blood vessels work together to pump blood throughout the body. What is the word that describes the heart and blood vessels? The heart and blood vessels work together to pump blood throughout the body. What is the word which describes the heart and blood vessel? Option A tissue, option B molecule, option C organ, and option D organ system. The correct answer is organ system, because it is coming under CVS, that is cardiovascular system, heart and blood vessels. Okay, so it is coming under organ system. Question number 29. The line that passes through the body or organ in an oblique angle. Question is in an oblique angle. The line passes through the body. Option A, frontal plane. Option B, coronal plane. We know that frontal and coronal are the same. Option C, oblique plane. Option D, horizontal plane. The correct answer is option C, oblique plane. The plane which divides or which goes through the body or organ in an oblique angle is called oblique plane. Question 30, direction of face in prone position. What is the direction of face in prone position? Okay, we know that supine position is upward, prone position is downward. Option C is the correct answer here. Option C is the correct answer. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you understood these questions. If you have any doubt regarding this question, you can ask in the comment section. I will try to answer your comments as early as possible. If you find this video is helpful for you, please subscribe the channel and also press the bell button so that you will get the notification whenever I upload new videos.